Howdy, y'all. Well, it's official. My predictions are coming true more and more on Palantir because now all of NATO has acquired an AI powered military system from, you guessed it, Palantir. So, NATO finalized an acquisition from Palantir's MSS system. Now, Palantir's MSS system was designed for improving data on battlespace awareness, planning, targeting, and decision making while in battle. So currently, it's going to be used in drones. So drones have been increasingly being used in warfare, as we can see with the Russia-Ukraine war especially, but also the sheer amount of drones that China is consistently popping out, which range from explosives to kamikaze styles to even reloadable ordnance drones. But NATO isn't just looking for quantity, they're looking for quality. And they knew Palantir would be the first place to end up looking for any kind of military AI style weaponry. So, but that move for NATO to purchase all of this system was largely completed in urgency, as rising anxiety amongst the Europeans were being worried that America could withdraw from NATO, as Donald Trump had threatened to do so if they didn't increase their spending of defense. Because, in all honesty, America has been protecting Europe with practically no payback and no end in sight into them trying to help themselves at all. They've just relied on America to stand there and be their country's police from any and other country that might want to do some damage. So, to not be left with nothing and no manpower, they turned to, of course, autonomy. And who better than Palantir, especially for being America's number one for AI in, once again, the defense industry. So, Palantir stock, as you can clearly tell here, it's been going up pretty well since our April the 9th, whenever Donald Trump decided that he was going to pause all the tariffs, for us to have this great large candle come up, for us to have a really good day for the market, because the whole market's seen a huge influx this day. And not only that, it's continued its growth all the way through coming into this week. So if you start to look and see where the pattern starts, obviously you have up here where the market decided that it was going to start crashing, and you started having all the unsureness of what was going to happen with all the tariffs and everything. So, of course, we had a decent pullback, but we had a pullback that came in and ended up eventually. First, we had our resistance starting from right here at about the $783 mark, which it ended up breaking through just a little bit. So, but if you could even not really call that a breakthrough, you could also say that it dropped all the way through the resistance and ended up coming down here to make a second resistant line for right about $63. So whenever you're coming in for, per se, $63, which would have been a huge loss all the way through, then right now we didn't even get to test this entire resist line. So now we're going to end up turning around and showing the reverse trend, where now instead of us coming all the way down from the market and for us to go ahead and see a short-lived rise, just to turn around and fall back down, where you can definitely tell we're in the bearish pattern here with this flag. But with the great news that have come about with a all new NATO contract that goes for the whole European Union and then some, now, instead of us turning around and us seeing this bearish move, now we're going to start seeing this bullish move where it's going to come down and end up going nowhere but up, because we also had the resistant line where we were sitting right here at 98.42, which the line would start right here and come straight across for 98.42. So now you can see that the injection point that we're at right here on the juncture is going to show that we are right now at a resistance. And with everything else coming through, it seems once we break that, then the sky's the limit, guys. So with everything else that's coming through, also in May, here in just a few weeks, we're going to get the Q1 earnings for 2025 for Palantir, and they're going to do that for the public on a full webinar in front of everybody to show what all they've accomplished, what all they've been able to do, and everything else in between, to be able to show just why they are such a powerhouse. But at that point in time will be seen on what's going to end up happening with that. But regardless, as you can tell, we are going back into a bullish stance, and it won't be too long, and I believe we'll be back up here in the 120s like we were before all the tariff talks. So, I hope you liked the video. Leave a like, comment on it if you like it. If there's any other stocks that you'd like to see, then leave a comment down below of which stock it is that you prefer. And then please subscribe to the channel so then you don't miss another update for Palantir and others. So this is the Stock Warden riding off. So y'all come back now, you hear?